Now, chat, this is what I call the bare minimum boyfriend. We're going to be breaking down what you need to be doing as a boyfriend and how much it's going to cost you a month and annually, okay? The hair gets done at least maybe once a month. At least once every month, okay? Hair's about, let's just say $250, okay? Nails should be done once every 2 weeks, okay? I don't know about you, but I don't like seeing chipped toenail polish or chipped polish anywhere, okay? The nails is almost for me, okay? But the nails get done at least twice a month. And remember, this is a mani-pedi, okay? Nails and toes, okay? So this is gonna run you about $150. All right, so lashes. Lashes, I would say, is about once every 3 weeks. So once a month. The lashes are about, let's say, $80. Now, dates and food. You should be going out to restaurants at least once a week with your shorty. I'm not gonna lie. Whether it's restaurants, whether it's go-karting, fucking whatever the fuck it is, you should be going on a date or out to eat at least once a week with your girl, okay? But for you guys, I'll be nice, all right? Let's just say 150, okay? 150. So 150 times 4, about $600. And here's the thing. You always have to account for bullshit, okay? You're always going to come out of pocket for some bullshit, okay? At least once a month. At least once a month, you're gonna come out with some bullshit. I'll say 200 just to be safe. Now look, we're gonna add this all up. $1,280 a month, okay? $1,280 a month, okay? A girlfriend costs roughly $1,280 a month. Now even if you cut all of this in half, you get $640. So a girl costs a minimum of $640 a month. Now, back to this number. For a year, $15,360 a year a girl will cost you annually. Bare minimum though, bare minimum. And obviously, even if he was to cut that in half, $7,680. $7,680 a girl will cost you annually, bare minimum, if you cut it in half, okay? So before you guys get ready to get in a relationship, just know what you're doing. It's a bill, okay? It's a bill. And for all the guys that are like, oh, you're simping. Oh, like, you don't have to do that to keep a girl. Bro, I don't know about you, but if you love your girl, you're going to want to spend money on her. Even if she isn't a lash girl, what girl doesn't like getting their hair done? If you don't got it, you don't got it. But don't try to be in a relationship if you don't got it, because you're holding yourself back. Just grind.
Hey, yo, black man, what's happening? Man? Peace. Yo, listen, in this video clip, you just saw that dude talk about, listen, it's going to cost you $15,000 to take care of Keisha, or on the low end, it's going to take you, I think he said $7,500 to take care of Keisha. Now, hold on, black man, let's talk about something real quick, because these super simp Negroes, because first of all, look at his appearance. Tattoos on his face, tattoos on his neck. You know he's dating Keisha. You're not dating good women with an image like that. So, first of all, these super simp dudes, what he's telling you to do is pretty much sign up for a payment installment plan, because that's what you're paying. If you're spending $15,000 a year on a woman, right, or in his case $1,280 a month, that's somebody's rent, that's somebody's car payment plus the car insurance, probably plus paying one more bill. So listen, he's talking about Keisha. See, when you date Keisha becomes a bill in your life. And again, a guy like him, he may have the image of Glocktavius, but his behavior says simp, because he's talking about how you got to spend $15,000 on a woman. And again, he's talking about Keisha. See, what these super simp Negroes don't understand is, yo, you messing up the game. And this is why, yo, these good for nothing ass bums think they're high and mighty and better than what they are, because you simps come around trying to boost their ego up because you want to spend all this damn money. Yo, she's making you do what Glocktavius never did, because guess what? Glocktavius don't even have money. And the Glocktavius that does have money, yo, he's not in there filling her car up with gas, filling her fridge up with food, spending money on her hair. Yo, listen, Glocktavius filled her up with 87, 89, 93 worth of dick, balls, semen. You feel me? You over here doing too much, simp. See, this is what I'm telling you, dude. Simps, they hurt the game. Simps hurt the game because you're doing what the next guy didn't do. So you're making her think her value is higher than what it is. She knows in the back of her head, Glocktavius took her to McDonald's. Glocktavius took it to McDonald's, and he paid with the McDonald's points app. He couldn't even buy the regular value menu stuff. Yo, he want to be cheap and use the points reward system. Come on, son. And you black dudes talking about 15,000 a month. Hold on. So he was talking about you gotta pay for hair, you gotta pay for nails, you gotta pay for lashes, you gotta pay for dates, and random times to spend money. Yo, hey, yo, simp, put it out. This is what I'm saying, dude. These internet personalities, these dudes are willing to push any message for $1. See, I'm pushing a message because, yo, forget the money. I stand behind what I'm talking about. If I was to get with a Keisha right now, I'm not spending nothing. Black men, this is my word. If you are thinking to yourself, man, listen, I still want to, if Keisha throw the buns at me, I'll take them. Okay, if that's how you feel, strap up at least. She wants you to spend any money. Black men, do not do it. Spend nothing on Keisha. Nothing. Hold on, black men. I got it down to a science. When I meet Keisha, or just any woman in general, but let's keep it on Keisha. When I meet them, I can look at a Keisha and tell how expensive she is. Right? Think about this. When you meet Keisha, right, first thing you need to look at is her hair. Is Keisha wearing her natural hair? That's why if you do date Keisha, at least date Keisha that has locks, or she wears her natural hair on a regular basis, because that's not going to be a huge expense. At that point, as a black man, you might actually be more willing. If she has locks, okay, listen, I'll pay for your retwist. If she wears her natural hair, you'll pay for the products for her to maintain her natural hair. That's something cool. Yo, when you meet Keisha who got you can always tell when she got a new wig. That shit is expensive, black man. So hold on. Not only the wig by itself is like what? $500. If she wants to be cheap, okay, $250. On top of the fact you gotta pay for the install, on top of the fact you gotta pay for the lace front. When it comes to the wigs, yo, black men, they're dropping like between, on the low end, $500 upwards to like $1,000, black man, for real. Those weaves and installs and wigs, they're not cheap. Okay, and even if she wants to be cheap, when she gets the weave plus the install, or she gets the wig plus the lace front, black man, she's dropping like $500, $600 every month. And we know how often Keisha changes her hair, so she's really spending so much money on that stuff. Again, hence why black women have made the hair industry a $1 billion industry. Becky's not spending all that money on hair. Ling Ling isn't spending all that money on hair. Elizabeth isn't spending all that money on hair. You black men, you getting finessed, and see, you don't really understand how you're getting finessed, right? Yo, even Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to him, but he said something a long time ago that I always disagree with. He said a real man leaves with his wallet. No. We don't do no wallet talking over here, right? See, when you stack them up side by side, you stack up Keisha next to Amanda, you stack up Amanda next to Maria, you stack up Maria next to Caitlyn. Caitlyn is Ling Ling. When you stack them up side by side and you look at who are you spending the most money on, who are you saving the most money with, who are you actually benefiting from being with long term. When it comes to Keisha, black men, your best bet is to get up in there, smack it down, no WWE Raw, and keep it pushing. Because Keisha only know how to extract. They only know how to destroy. See, when it comes to relationships in nature, right? I don't know how much attention you guys paid in school, right? But you have different types of relationships in nature. You have mutualism, where both people benefit from the interaction. Then you have commensalism, where one person benefits, but the other person isn't helped or harmed. That could never be a relationship with Keisha. Then you have parasitism. That's to be simple, right? One person benefits, the other person is harmed. Then you have competition, right? Then you have, with competition, it's not really nothing crazy. Both people lose resources. It's rare as a black man when you get with, any female, both you guys just end up in the gutter. Now, and lastly, you have predation, which Keisha can be a predation or it can be parasitism, because either way it goes, the predator, you already know, one person's the prey, one person's the predator. Keisha's the apex predator. Keisha is worse than Uncle Sam. Keisha is worse than Zaddy government. Keisha's worse than the white man because she's coming to extract and see black men. Here's the difference. Most you dudes believe Keisha's on your side. Most you dudes believe Keisha is working with you. Most you dudes believe, yo, listen, I love that skin. When all she see you as is an ATM, black man. And again, don't let Keisha actually know you making some money. She feels like, yo, I have to extract. But Glocktavius does nothing. Glocktavius doesn't buy her a purse. Glocktavius doesn't buy her a whip. He doesn't put her in a mansion or put her in a brand new condo. He does nothing. So listen, wasn't it them on the T app talking about how these niggas be dirty, shit stains in his drawers, he wear the same drawers 3 days in a row, these dudes got infections and stuff like that? Wasn't it them talking about that? So we know who you bitches be dating. Bum, nasty, dirty dudes. But yet this dude over here talking about you gotta drop $1,200 a month, $15,000 a year. Okay, he even said on a low end, $640. Yo, black man, we keep it a stack, right? Look at this. Look at how cost effective it is, right? When you date Keisha, when Keisha buys her hair, where does she buy it from? The beauty supply store. Who runs the beauty supply store? Ling Ling and her family, Caitlin and her family, right? When she goes to get her nails done, who is Keisha spending her money with to get her nails done? Oh wait, Ling Ling, Caitlin and her family, right? Don't matter if she's Chinese, Vietnamese, Thai, Korean. Wait, hold on, lashes as well. Where do they buy lashes from? Okay, Alibaba or AliExpress, you know what I'm saying? Or even the beauty supply store. Who owns that? Ling Ling, Caitlin. Yo, listen, if you guys ever dated Ling Ling or Caitlin, let me give you guys some hints real quick or some facts. Ling Ling and Caitlin, I remember back in high school, I was dating a Ling Ling. Ling Ling was on FaceTime doing her nails. Ling Ling was doing her hair. Ling Ling did her lashes, all on FaceTime. I'm like, damn, you must save a lot of money doing that. Granted, Ling Ling family owned the nail shop. So I learned from early. Ling Ling saves money. Asian people are cost effective. If they can find a way to DIY, do it yourself, listen, they're gonna do it. On top of the fact, this guy talked about dates and food, $600 a month. Yo, Ling Ling is not bugging on you to drop $600 per month. Where are you going to spend $600 per month on dates? Huh? Huh? Yo, but see, black men, these dudes, all they know is tricking. All they know is spending. See, they've been dealing with Keisha for so long. Keisha has put these black men in the mind space of, I have to spend. I have to spend. Glocktavius, Tyrone, Thug, he doesn't have that same thought process. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. These guys take them to McDonald's, Burger King, have it your way. No, better yet, when you take her to Burger King, she can't even have her way. Yo, when these dudes take me to McDonald's, like I said, this is my word. He's using the McDonald's rewards app. You feel me? Paying for the food with loyalty points, man. Come on, son. Yo, black men. And again, for the dude, you out here making the average American income $45,000, $50,000, $60,000. Yo, you can't spend $15,000 on Keisha. Yo, Keisha is getting filled up with dick and balls. And you, this is what I'm saying, man. Simps, you really ruin the game because you boost her head up. You increase the standard, making her believe she's more than what she is. And that's the thing, dude. She knows she's not worth this kind of money. But because your sucker, single mom, loser simp ass is raised to believe, oh, take care of Keisha, take care of Keisha. Yo, listen, for him to have this thought process, It's either one of two things. Guys like him believe the message and they live by it, and now he's installed in his mind by his single mom, or this dude is grifted, right? Trying to tell females what they want to hear so he can get clicks and views and likes, and that can lead to making some money. Again, either way it goes, both of them are sellouts. Both of them are paths you don't want to take as a black man, because guess what? Who ends up in last place? You, black man. You. And think about that. Think about how, listen, you go drop 15,000 on Keisha, or even 7,000. Wouldn't you rather save and invest 7,000 than to spend 7,000? Wouldn't it make more sense to just date somebody who isn't as expensive? Like I said, when you look at Keisha, you can look at her and tell how expensive she is by the hair, by her nails, by the way she dressed. You know Keisha's expensive. You can look at Keisha and tell how expensive she is. You know for a fact. Don't let Keisha actually be attractive and have a big butt. On top of the fact she got the nails and the weave and the lashes. Black man, you're about to spend. If you do want to date Keisha, how about you look for Keisha who's not wearing makeup? Look for Keisha who's not wearing lashes. Look for Keisha who doesn't have her nails done. Look for Keisha who is rocking her natural hair. Maybe you'll turn out on a better side, you know what I mean? Maybe you'll end up spending far less money. And again, even when it comes down to the dates, what kind of dates are you guys going on where you're spending $600 per month? There's so many inexpensive activities because Keisha puts a price tag on everything. That's one thing I've noticed about Keisha, and I'm gonna end it like this, right? Keisha puts a price tag on everything. So you super simp dudes who jacking the game up, you feel me? You filling up her fridge, you filling up her car with gas, you paying bills, you doing all this hair, nails, lashes, and random expenses for Glocktavius. Listen, only Keisha thinks about, okay, I need to secure one guy for resources and one guy to beat my back down. So while you spend all this money on her, yo, listen, she got Glocktavius around the corner, still beating her back down. No SmackDown, no WWE Raw. Right? That's how he's hitting it, Raw. Yo, black man, like I said, man, when it comes down to it, yo, I'm just waking brothers up. Again, content like this, guys who promote this stuff, yo, that's a grift. And if not a grift, okay, he really believes it. There's guys out here in the black community who live by this, who feel like, yo, I gotta do something for her. All right, simp. When you end up broke and destitute, broke, busted, and disgusted, yo, black men 10%, we gonna sit back and laugh because we tried to warn you, dude. We tried to give out the information. But no, guys think, oh man, you doing too much. Oh man, you bitter. Oh man, you just cheap. Nah, simp. You the one falling for it. Anyways, black man, I'm out.